thought that you would be my wife, but the one I'm with, I'm stuck for life. So how about one more time on the phone? Talk dirty to me, baby. Tell me about it. Tell me about weird stuff in the dark. Tell me about it. Tell me all about that smoke cigar. I can only help my left to tell that I told them all to go to hell. Come closer and tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me about weird stuff in the dark. Tell me about it. Tell me what you told Cannon Star. I can only help my left to tell that I told them all to go to hell. Come closer and tell me about it.
Well, Deborah McClellan, Tanya Tucker deal there. 24 after the hour here at the IMUS Morning Program. So I was driving back from Las Vegas, New Mexico last night to the ranch on the access road. And about a quarter of a mile from the ranch entrance, in the middle of the road, was a big brown bear.
You're kidding. Good. Oh, my God. Well, how much fun is that? Seeing that, for crying out loud.
Oh, well.
That's
shoot
pretty
him?
neat. Yeah.
No, I didn't shoot him. I didn't shoot any bears, you moron.
Get him out of the way. Is he? All right.
Well, what do you want?
Was he threatening?
Yeah.
Well, no.
Can harm somebody.
Well, I...
Could eat a kid.
Well, yeah.
Like Paula Poundstone. Or something.
Yeah, but I mean, we're not going to let the kids get out there and get...
Go pet the bear.
Yeah, we're going to pet the bear. So, but it was... it looked like a deer at first, and it was a little bigger than... It wasn't a, an 800-pound bear, but it was...
The bear.
Bigger than Gibson, a couple 100 pounds.
That's plenty big.
25 after the hour here in the IMUS Morning Program. Autobody Express, sponsored by Mohegan Sun. The big IMUS Brothers office coffee sale going on. It's a good idea, actually. You can buy this gift set of office coffee. You get 25 2-ounce bags of IMUS Brothers coffee. Each 2-ounce bag makes 10 cups of coffee. For $29.57, plus we'll throw in a free IMUS Brothers coffee mug. Collectors at them. I think these are the ones made in China.
Oh, that's the collectible, you bet.
So call them right now, because it's not going to last very long. 1-800-272 1957, 26 now after the hour.
Look, up in the sky.
Bird, it's a plane. It's
IMUS in the morning.
Are you losing your hair? Hi, I'm Jim Austin with an exciting new...
The 30th anniversary celebration continues at J&R Music and Computer World with a frequent buyer gift program that lets you earn points toward free merchandise in Lower Manhattan for an enormous selection of computers, audio, video equipment, and cameras, plus a spectacular collection of movies and music. J&R's a source for savings on the products that you may want, including the latest in wireless two-way communication from Go America, featuring BlackBerry technology. Keep cool fool this summer with a high-efficiency air conditioner from J&R. You'll save big now, and you'll continue to save on energy. There are 3 ways to shop at J&R. You can walk in there, 23 Park Road, right across from City Hall. You could call them toll-free at 1-800-221-8180. 221-8180. Or you can check them out online, jnr.com. Make you want to celebrate.
You don't have to pay any price for the best cars. You don't have to give up all you've got to drive a new Nissan. All you have to do is run on over to your Nissan dealer during the Nissan Model Year-End Sales event. Get low 3.9% financing on new Nissans in stock. Or get up to $2,000 cash back on select models. You don't have to wait another minute to get great deals on the best cars. Now is the best time to buy the Nissan you've always wanted.
The best I ever had.
The Nissan Model Year-End Sales event. Hurry to your Nissan dealer for low 3....
Sports.
Swinging a drive deep to left field. Going. Goodbye, baseball. A
above the monster and into the net. Edgar Martinez.
It's another three-run home run. Good morning. This is John Minko with sports, and the Yankee lead on the Red Sox stands at 5 games atop the American League East this morning. Seattle does it again, a 6-3 victory over the Red Sox with Edgar Martinez connecting for another three-run home run. Rick Reeves had the call on Cairo Radio yesterday in Seattle, so you couple that loss that the Red Sox had to the Mariners 6-3, and the Yankees beating the sorrowful Tampa Bay Devil Rays by the score of 10-3, with Roger Clemens winning his 16th game of the year, and that provides you with the margin right now in the American League East.
Still a jackass.
Sucks. Clemens, it's the first time a pitcher has gone 16-1 since Dave McNally did it 32 years ago. And Toronto beat the A's 5-2. Oakland leads Boston by 2 in the American League at wild card chase. Kurt Schilling wins his 18th last night. Arizona beat the Pirates 5-2. Schilling and Randy Johnson have combined for 34 wins. In the East, the Phillies lead the Braves by 2 games today. And IMUS, watch out for Charles Cardinals. Watch out for those St. Louis Cardinals. The Cards have won 7 straight now. Wow. 4 back of the Cubs in the National League Central. That's it. Just 4 games back. And another 40 or so games to go during the course of this regular season. So, the Cards are in 3rd place. The Cubs are on top, and the Astros are in 2nd. But keep in mind that the Cardinals are making their charge right now.
Oh, please.
How's that pitcher who was having all the problems, Rick Ankiel, doing?
You know what? I don't know right at the moment.
Oh, okay.
For the last month.
How is he doing, Chuck?
He has been doing better, and in fact, he has been hitting so well in the minors, they may bring him up not to pitch, but to pinch hit. Yeah.
Wow. Another Mike Hampton there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hampton is having a better year hitting the baseball than he is pitching, or at least within the last couple of months for those Colorado Rockies in the verified air.
Well, according to my information, in his last outing, he struck out 12 people in 7 innings.
He's been doing well.
I'll check that out.
Of course, it's it's in the Appalachian League, but whatever.
Right.
You still got to throw it to the glove. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. You're right about that, Minko.
Throw it to the glove.
That's a look at sports. This is John Minko.
4 minutes now, so they are. All right, thanks, Ming.
IMUS in the morning.
It has been said that the
Come on, man. Give me a hit of that vodka. Yo, man, don't blow out the tree. Hey, over here. What's that weird dude with a cowboy hat? Here we go.
Worked in the uranium mine, then he got high. Hung off a boxcar and lost his mind, cause he was high.
What you talking about?
Now he prickly as a porcupine, I don't know why.
Why, man?
Yeah, he used to get high, he used to get high, he used to get high. He slept behind a dryer and a laundromat, because he was high. Once voted as a Democrat, because he was high. Thinks he looked cool in a cowboy hat, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, he still must be high, he still must be high, he still must be high. He was working out at the gym on the Lower East Side.
Treadmill and his stand man.
Met a lady much younger than him, blonde hair and blue eyes.
Girl, you
And the lights there must have been dim when she said she'd be his bride.
Why, man?
Yeah, she must have been high. She must have been high. She must have been high. Spoke at a dinner for the president, who was mortified.
Why, what is that?
These are not my notes.
Said a lot of things that was spent. The first lady cried. Caused an international incident, but he didn't lie. Yeah, he wasn't high, cause he wasn't high, cause he wasn't high. Dressed like he's in the rodeo and ready to ride.
Belt buckle, man, like a hump.
Still droning on your radio, now he's nationwide.
Can't get rid of that.
Talking about frozen embryos till you think suicide.
Stem cell.
Yeah, take cyanide, and take cyanide, and take cyanide. Now I'm gonna stop singing this tune, and I'll tell you why.
Please stop.
About the Southwest ranching tycoon whose name starts with an I.
It's not a cam.
Cause it's high noon in the saloon, time for Amos to die.
Draw, sucker.
Yeah, then I'll get high, then we'll all get high, then we'll all get high.
Party on the Bernie, pass me that blunt.
She would wait and wait and wait and wait for a steady day.
It's stoned out of your mind. Yes,
IMUS in the morning.
Want to get more out of the summer? Then
Mohegan Sun Fan Highway Patrol.
8 till the hour here in the IMUS Morning Program. So I was talking to my agent, Lobster Newberg, over at ICM yesterday. She said, I saw you wearing the oxygen. Are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. Well, why are you wearing the oxygen? I said, because I'm now addicted to it. So, they have these oxygen bars in California, different places, where you, probably in New York City, where you can go in and get a hit for about $8, something like that.
Yeah.
Man, I got an automatic machine out here that just pumps it out all the time. I know the hose on my nose looks stupid. I don't care. It's great. You ever tried diet? Did you try it when you were out here, Chuck?
I have never tried it. I have never had supplementary oxygen, man.
Oh, man, it's the best. Hey, Minko.
Yes,
Did we ever get any, Lou, did we ever get any cuts of examples of what I want to remember?
Yeah, we're still searching. Still looking for something good.
Because we were trying to get a definitive answer out of Minko about who he thought had the better chemistry, Sid Rosenberg and Joey McDonald, or
Idiot.
Yeah, or Susan McDougal. No, that's not her name. Susan Waldman and Joey McDonald.
Jody.
And Jody McDonald. And who did you think, Franco? You thought Sid and Sid?
Both do very well. Both shows are very good.
Well, wait a minute. Sid is just a substitute, and Susan is there all the time.
That's true. Sid is a bit of a creep, yeah.
What?
Sid is what?
I didn't say anything.
You said Sid is a bit of a creep.
Oh, no, well, you know.
Yeah.
But
you don't like Sid?
No, I have no problems with Sid whatsoever. No, absolutely not. You know,
I'm convinced.
Do you like Sid?
He is a likable chap.
Do you like him?
He's a likable chap.
Wow.
So in other words, you won't even answer that question.
I said he's a likable chap. That means I like him.
And yet, by inference,
No, wait a minute.
from our inference, you seem to think that Joey and Sid
Jody.
have better chemistry than Joey and Susan.
No, I didn't say that.
Jody.
Yeah, but didn't you get that, Charles? Didn't you get that?
I'm getting something
Didn't
here,
you?
man.
We don't know exactly what. Both shows are good.
Coach Minko's being very evasive here, man. So now I don't know what
Bernie
it is.
Bernie had a good point. I mean, both shows are good. The guy's done one show. How could Sid and Joey be as good as Susan and Joey?
I didn't
and Sid's
say
only
that.
done one show with him.
Well,
you did.
So they're
did he
equally
say that or
well.
not,
So
Bernard?
they're equally good. He did say that, yes.
Yeah, it's exactly what you said.
Well,
How about just being honest, Minko, for a
Yeah,
change?
how about that,
refreshing.
Minko?
Come
For a
on,
change.
just refresh us.
Yeah.
okay, Jody.
Show him some
You're
guts.
a man.
All right,
for crying out
I'll
loud.
show some guts.
What's going to happen?
That's right. Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah,
Jody
nothing's
and
gonna
Susan are better.
Okay.
You're a
Okay.
You're a backstabbing phony.
You're nuts, Minko.
You're a coward.
Roger Clemens won his 16th game against some Little League team, essentially. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Not far from it. Matter of fact,
Man.
he's beaten them 3 times this year. He has only
Wow.
4 of his 16 wins against plus 500 teams.
Whoop-de-damn-do. Bob Dole could do as good a job pitching against the Devil Rays.
How am I doing?
Yeah.
He's beaten Tampa Bay 3 times.
How am I
How
pitching?
you doing?
Racking up some strikeouts.
He's beaten Tampa
Anything
Bay
else? I guess you. Go ahead.
3 times, Detroit twice, and Toronto 3 times. So there's a.
Guess you're pretty up about these. Guess you're pretty up about these WNBA playoffs, huh?
They're coming up here, and we have one game tonight. And I believe that is Cleveland against Charlotte.
Oh, grand.
Sid Rosenberg's going to be in Celebrity Row.
The game's in Charlotte.
Oh, it's in Charlotte. I know.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah. Well.
New York, Miami, L.A., Houston, Sacramento, and Utah. But Houston is all banged up, some key injuries, so it's going to be tough for the Houston Comets.
Who let the dogs out?
And the Giants play a preseason football game this evening. How does their team look this year in your estimation, Minko?
I think that they could have tough times this year. I actually think. I think coming into the season, I thought that they could be 10-6 or 6-10, and they go into the season, despite the fact that they are defending NFC champions and going to the Super Bowl and all that. To me, they still come into this season as an underdog in some respects. I like the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC East a lot.
There's no bigger weasel, sniveling, quizzling than you, Minko.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
What prompted that?
We know exactly.
What could probably prompt that?
The whole Joey Sid Susan thing. We know where you're coming from.
You like me and you know it.
Yeah, I do like you.
All right.
We like our
Yeah, but he came down PC, PC in his response.
Thank you,
No
Chuck.
balls.
Hello, darling.
IMUS in the morning.
I woke up and put the radio on and heard that wuss Minko. What a wuss!
Well,
Hey, let me tell you, I'm going to give you the exact quote that Minko gave me on Monday afternoon. This is the exact quote that he told me after the show was over with Jody and myself. Quote,
okay.
maybe this ought to be the way they go. That's exactly what he said to me.
Wow.
Quote, maybe this ought to be the way they go. Now, I got no reason to lie.
Maybe he thought that would be a confidential quote to you, Sid. How about that?
Yeah.
He ratted him out.
It may have been confidential at the time, but after what I'm hearing this morning, I have no choice but to expose Minko for what he is, a bold-faced liar.
Whoa.
Well, I think we need to get Minko in here.
Right.
Where's Minko?
He's in the corner.
Minko, get in here.
John, get in there. He's coming in, Bernard. He's coming in.
Did he tell you this was off the record, Sid?
I don't remember if that was exactly the case tonight. It may have been the case. I don't remember.
Well, I mean, it's important you remember off-the-record comments. I mean, with newspaper people or TV or radio people, there's no more sacred pledge than to keep something off the record.
All he had to do was come up this morning and stick to his original ploy, which was, they're about even though he told me they should have gone my way. But for him to go up in the last update and say that Susan was better or that was better or this was better, I had to come on and expose him.
Wow.
Minko?
Wait a minute. What are you exposing me for here?
What was the exact quote after you and I were done talking about Army football? What was the exact quote you made to me on Monday after I was done with Jody?
I did. I said you did a fine job on the program.
You said it was a very good job, not just a fine job.
Well, a very good job. Well, you did a good job.
Go is what you said. Make me honest here. Stop being such a wuss. You said maybe that's the way they ought to go. Maybe they ought to look at this thing all
Oh, I never said that.
You did too, say
I
that.
never said that.
Listen, I don't lie before 9:30 in the morning.
Gotta believe Sid.
That's exactly what
Did you say that, Minko?
I never said what? He never said that. What he just said.
Well,
never.
Did you say, Minko?
I said that the show was good, and that I enjoyed the show.
You said better than good.
Minko.
What?
Minko.
Yes.
Did you say to Sid?
Yes.
Maybe this is the way they ought to go.
No.
Oh, well, unbelievable, mate. I can't believe you swear.
I
spend a half hour talking about the stupid quarterback for Army because of the nice comments you make after my show on Monday, and now you come back and stab me in the back like this. The stupid quarterback for Army. Jesus, man, come on. Come on, tell him the truth. Tell him what really happened, mate.
I'll tell you the truth. You're a weasel. You're awful. You're a creep.
How's he a creep?
You're a creep. C-R-E-E-P. E.
We know how to spell it.
Mate, while those things may be true, mate, that doesn't...
You also spell it S-I-D, but...
Oh.
Mako, while those things may be true, that doesn't excuse the fact of what you said on Monday.
The bottom line is
Minko.
this. You've got 10 more seconds to wait, and then you can lie. It'll be 9:30.
Hey, Minko.
Yes.
Minko,
Yes.
will you swear on a Bible that you did not say to Sid Rosenberg, maybe this is the way they ought to go? Will you be willing to do that?
Yes, I would.
There's a Bible in my office.
Somebody's lying.
Are you Jewish? Go get the Bible.
That's all right, Minko.
See, now it's past 9:30 Eastern Time. Sid can lie.
That's all right, Minko. It's awfully hot where you're going, baby. Just bring some... It's awfully hot where you're going. Make sure you bring some protection.
Today's opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange is sponsored by buyandhold.com. Visit buyandhold.com, the online broker for long-term investors, and open an account today. Rated best of the web by Forbes in 2001 and U.S. News and World Report in 2000. Well, Minko,
Yes.
as long as we have you on here now with Sid,
We're getting the Bible.
The Bible's coming.
we're getting the Bible, first of all.
Bible on the way, man.
Somebody's lying.
Okay. It's to the right of where my computer usually is.
Yep.
In that stack of books there, there's...
Right next to the Hustler magazine. I know exactly where it is.
No.
It's like a bookend.
Right.
Manko, are you a religious person?
Yes, I am.
Oh, no, you're not. That's your second lie already this morning. You're an atheist. What do you mean? Yes, you are. You haven't been to church since you were an altar boy 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Are you Catholic, Manko?
Yes.
Oh, you are Catholic?
Yes, I am.
That's a little more serious than your regular Christian. You know, Catholics tend to got a little more jive they got to go through, a few more people they got to pray to and stuff. And Catholics
I take
generally
care of
tend to be a little
them all.
more serious.
I take care of them
They
all.
tend to be a little more serious than, say, you're a Baptist like me. So you're just liable to do anything or say anything.
We have a
Where's
Holy
the Bible? Do we have the Bible?
Yeah,
Right here.
Hand me the Bible.
All right, here we
Here
go.
it is.
Hand him the Bible.
Pages are
All right,
sticking together.
Manko.
I don't understand that.
The pages
whatever.
are sticking together.
Hey, Bernard, get out of the way when the lightning strikes inside the studio. I'm going to take it out.
Wait a minute. Minko is placing his right hand on the Bible right
Yes.
now.
All right, I say it. That's my Bible. All right,
Yes.
he's got it. Now, Minko,
Yes.
I want you to repeat after me. I swear to God
I swear to God.
and our Savior, Jesus Christ.
Go ahead.
And our Savior, Jesus
Come on,
Christ.
Minko.
All right, shut up over there, Mr. Creep. And our Savior, Jesus Christ.
And the other assorted members of the Holy Family, whoever they may be,
And the other assorted members of everybody involved.
of the Holy and Fine Family, all of those people,
All those people.
that I did not say
That I did
in
not
any
say.
context,
In any context.
Sid, maybe this is the way they ought to go.
Sid, this is the way they ought to go.
Blasphemy.
Well,
Sid's a lying Jew.
That's all I can say.
I'm
Blasphemy.
impressed.
I'm impressed.
That's pretty
Sid,
strong,
I think
man.
you're a
Pretty
lying
strong.
skunk.
He's calling Sid a lying
Don't
Jew.
lie in front of me. I'll do the same thing. I'm a white Jewish male. I don't lie.
you are. Well, that William Steele, you already proved you'll say anything. Oh, this is really low, Sid.
Why?
It is.
He put his hand
Well,
on the
he
Bible.
didn't
That means
say
he's not
it.
lying. He doesn't believe in God.
Yes, he does.
I don't think he does.
What makes you say that?
When was the last time you went to church, Coach?
Oh,
Well, that has nothing to do with it.
When was the last time you got a
He
confession,
swore on the
Minko?
Bible.
When was the
Church is
last time
where
you
you
confessed
make
about
it.
something?
Church is where you make it.
That's
man.
right.
That's right. Our world is a church.
Amen,
So
amen.
Look, I'm telling you what he
Well,
said.
that's-
He can swear on 150 Bibles. That doesn't excuse what he said on Monday.
you got 149 more?
We'll get him.
Well, I mean, that's pretty impressive, Sid, for the guy on radio and television to swear on the Bible.
Yeah.
That he did not say, maybe this is the way they ought to go.
I mean, complete
So maybe you're-
desperation on his part at this point. Complete desperation on his part at this point.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's a little hyperbole on your part, Sid.
Yeah, we can't discount that.
Do you have a Torah handy or whatever you people use around there?
No, I sold it. Hey, Minko.
Well, just
what
turn
was
it over.
Wait a minute.
No, wait a minute. Just turn the Bible over so it's backwards.
Yeah, you got the Torah there.
Oh, man, you know what I have in front of me? I have the, I've got
Here's
the,
the Old Testament.
Yeah.
no, but I've got the September issue of Elle with Jennifer Aniston on the cover. If you want to put my hand on this and swear on that, how's that?
Not
Well,
good.
Sid, this is really
Not good.
Well, what actually did he say, Sid?
He actually said, quote, you were very good, which is a lot better than just what he said, which was you were good. Quote, this may be the way they ought to go.
Wow.
Did you say that, Minko? This may be the way they ought to go.
No, I said half of that.
But what half? What half, Minko? Come on.
First half.
Wait a minute. What? What do you mean
First
half?
half.
What the hell's half? What is half?
I said he was very good.
Oh! All of a sudden now it's coming slowly by slowly.
I told you that 5 minutes ago.
If I put toothpicks in your
Look at
mouth,
it,
we'll get the whole thing out by
beat the
10
truth
o'clock,
out of
Minko.
you here. Did you say anything about any direction the station ought to go in having anything to do with Sid Rosenberg?
No.
Aye.
You didn't say that maybe the station ought to consider this?
No.
That it was might be that it maybe would be a way they could go?
No.
Anything
Did
along
you
those
say
lines?
maybe or might?
I said he did a very good job.
You didn't say that. You didn't in any context use. Did you say
I don't
way
know
to
about
go?
this.
I didn't say that.
Did you use the words way to go?
No, I didn't use the way
Minko,
to
it's
go.
possible you don't remember exactly what you said.
I
Is that
remember.
possible?
Did you say anything about in what direction other than to hell Sid ought to go? No, man, this is
It was
this is
said on the
outrageous.
greatest day they have ever known. Brother, only Jesus can change things like that. It rose dark. It sets in a brightness and a glory like you'll never begin to know. What are you telling me? I'm telling you, if you'll take that nail-scarred hand, I'm telling you, if you'll put it in yours, I don't care if you're a church member or a drunk or an alcoholic or a drug addict or your own AIDS, he'll lead you to heaven's gate through the gates of pearl on the streets of gold.
IMUS in the morning.
On the HBO Boxing Beat, I'm Larry Michael. As the dog days of summer continue, time to look...
Feeling desperation on his part.
I'm trying to get Fred on the phone because Fred is a very good judge of when somebody is lying. So, anyway, before we get up to all that, here for NBC News is Jay Barbary. Good morning, Jay. How are you?
Good morning, IMUS. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I want to apologize for your having to hang on for all that silliness. The problem is I don't know because our equipment is...
Saturday night at the Comedy Connection in East Providence. If you missed the shows in Newport, here's your chance to see Fatso and the Fatheads at Rhode Island's premier comedy club, the Comedy Connection in East Providence. Call now for tickets, 401-438-8383, 401-438-8383. Rob Bartlett and the Bartletts this Saturday night in East Providence at the Comedy Connection, or visit robshow.com.
Let's jet set.
Baseball.
Sports Radio 66. WFAN, New York.
5:05 on the Fan. Into the home stretch now on the overnight show, which opening goes 718-937-6666. Here's the phone number carrying right through till 5:30 when the IMUS in the morning program comes your way. Tino Martinez, bobblehead doll, and Sugar Ray Martel on the other side of the glass. And we opened up tonight, well, the firing of Jimmy Williams by the Red Sox. Joe Carrigan, the pitching coach, takes over, signed through 2003.
Right here, forever and ever and ever. It's bad for life. We ain't going nowhere. We gonna stay right here. We ain't going nowhere. We gonna stay right here for life. Going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now, 'cause it's bad boy for life.
127 in the Big Apple, Sports Funk, Monteria Ivy.
Stefan Dweck.
Here with you until 4 o'clock with the one-man band and also the warden, taking your...
He got two stomachs, one for meat and one for vegetables.
Think it's like the Roy Rogers. What was the guy? Will Rogers.
Never met a meal he didn't like.
All right, we got time for a couple of more real quick.
All right, we got Ken from Deer Park. Ken, you're online with Sports Funk, baby.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
I'll get them in quick. The parameters have to be, they have to most importantly transcend the sport. They have to be champions and they have to dominate what they did.
All right.
All right. It's a toss-up in baseball between Ray Ordonez and Todd Zeal.
And Don Zimmer.
Yeah. No, but seriously, baseball's got to be Babe Ruth without a doubt.
Okay.
Hot, I think we're going to go with basketball, no doubt. In my time frame, it's got to be Michael Jordan.
All right.
Why Jordan?
You know why? In my year, I'm 32. In my years of watching ball, he just made the game what it was, and when he left, it showed an impact of what it did to the sport.
All right, that's good enough. That's legit.
Also,
it's who you watched, but go ahead.
I'm going to have to go also, no doubt, Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
Football's tough. I don't think there's too many real dominating guys like there was in the other sports. There are a lot of second-level guys, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Jim Brown, so I would have to really go to hockey and go to Gretzky.
Okay.
All right. I hear that.
What about Lemieux?
No, not the same impact like Gretzky. Not like Gretzky.
I like Mario.
Unstoppable. All right, thank you.
Because I'm friends with the Baldwin.
There you go.
All right.
Who didn't produce our movie yet. But anyway,
but
we'll talk about that.
Well, they used to own the Pittsburgh Penguins. Anyway.
All right, let's try to get one more in.
All right, we have Steve on the car phone.
No, we don't have Steve. Steve is gone.
Steve left.
So go with Mike. Mike on the car phone. Mike?
Hello.
Yeah, hi. Give us your list real quick.
All right, my list real quick. I got
Football, I got Joe Namath.
Oh, okay, because
You know I like Joe.
he made the AFL-NFL merger happen.
The AFL-NFL merger happen, exactly.
Okay.
I got Jordan because he transcended the game and he made it popular and he had fun playing it. He was a classy guy.
Okay.
In baseball, I got Babe Ruth. And the fourth guy, I got Jackie Robinson.
That's your man.
Jackie Robinson, that's my man. Okay. And why did you pick Jordan, real quick?
I think he transcended the game. I think he was bigger than the game itself, and when he left, it really hurt the game. And
What about performance on the court versus other great players?
I think his performance was phenomenal on the court. I think he did things that were unbelievable. He came back after he was gone against the Knicks, and he scored 50 points in the Garden.
Here's my problem with that. Jordan.
He had the flu. He had a great game in the finals with the flu.
He pushed the guy out of the way.
So hold on. all right. So thank you, Mike. So go ahead.
Here's my problem with that. Jordan, corporate patriotism. Here's a guy who never met an item he didn't want to sell. Unlike Pele, Muhammad Ali, who stood for something more than just selling an item or a corporation. I mean, if you're talking about Muhammad Ali, who was a symbol of civil rights, all right, I see the time, and progressive behavior. Big difference. Jordan, he had that quote, I'm not going to be a Democrat or a Republican. They both buy shoes.
All right. So we're back with you again next week, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be on after the ESPN game. That'll happen in the afternoon at 1 and before the Mets game. Monteria Ivy.
Stephon Black.
The one-man band.
Big.
And the warden.
Ray Murphy.
We'll be back at you again next week. And until then, keep the funk alive.
Peace.
Listen to Mets Baseball at night. Then keep it here for IMUS in the morning from 5:30 to 10 a.m. Here on The Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York, an Infinity Broadcasting Station. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon at 4 o'clock. I'm Jerry Recco. Third again. You're home for Mike and the Mad Dog weekdays 1 until 6:30.
Sports Radio 66,
All right, Saturday afternoon, Sid Rosenberg back with you. Feels like I've been out of here for quite some time. Actually, I've not been here in this studio since last Tuesday morning with IMUS. Jerry Recco is here, Ann D'Amico is here, Kyle Casey. Primetime Adam Shine is already here, getting ready for his show, which comes your way at 7 o'clock tonight. Ray Martell. All the degenerates in the house for an FAN Saturday afternoon gig with Sid Rosenberg.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York.
On the Fan at 12:04, a Sunday afternoon here in New York. Yes, highly anticipated by at least Richard Neer. I don't think there's anybody else out there that was actually clamoring for this pairing, but Ian Eagle and Sid Rosenberg with you until 3:30 today. A couple of big pops from the Richard Neer program. This is a guy that's going to be driving home listening to the latest Leonard Skinner rock block. You think he cares about this program? Not one bit.
Not one bit.
Sidney, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Bert. It's great to see you. I've been looking forward to this. How about that?
Yeah. You know what? This was something we thought was going to happen, maybe 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago. Got derailed, and now here we are.
Yeah.
Is that a fair word?
Yeah, I got screwed up. It's basically what happened, and most of it was my fault. But that's
how you
okay.
doing?
I'm
Everything
doing
all right?
fantastic.
Did you come from the beach? What are you doing?
No. I came from breakfast with my wife this morning. A lovely breakfast. I had the French toast. You would have loved it.
TMI. You familiar with that? That's too much information.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
Didn't need to know the actual order.
How was that wedding last night?
Worked out okay. Probably would also qualify as TMI.
Yeah.
Too much information. But it was nice out in Long Island. And
You drank way too much last night,
No,
I can tell.
that's not true. I'm
No,
like
the
I'm
whites
like a
around your
monk.
the whites around your eyes are all red,
I'm like
Bert.
a monk, my man. I'm straight and narrow. Straight and narrow all the time.
You get everybody else buys out here except for me. I know the real Iron Eagle.
You've been doing okay?
I'm doing great.
What do you got? You were hosting yesterday. Was it Lindros Wall to Wall? What was going on?
A lot of Lindros last night, obviously. Of course,
Thinking about why people hate. Andy?
I don't know about you, but in this modern world, I don't think it requires any great leap of genius to figure out why people hate. Have you been listening to the IMUS in the Morning radio program recently? Need I say more? Actually, I guess I do. People hate, it seems to me, so that they can point to a bad guy. Hate personalities may result from a bad youth, evolving into a bad adult life, lacking good and loving examples to follow. In many cases, people who hate are not able to give their life a positive meaning, cannot be creative without being destructive. Their inner child, therapists may say, is crying for help. Or They're just pricks. Which leads me back to the IMUS radio program. If there exists somewhere a prick paradigm, if you will, a prick deity exalted to divine rank and stature, I think you'll agree it's reached its apotheosis, its ultimate fulfillment and perfection in Don Imus. Jesus was the Prince of Peace. Imus is the Prince of Pricks. Were you tuned in last Friday? How long do you think it'll be before Bernie, Chuck, Lou, Rob, or Larry shows up at the studio at the wheel of a yellow Ryder truck with one of those special tickler bouquets made out of diesel fuel and fertilizer? The latest tactic the I-Man has taken a liking to make his underlings grind their teeth into powder is to pit the admittedly oversensitive souls against one another like so many testosterone-suffused Dobermans. How? Easy. Put the already hyper-touchy saps into the position of having to make quality judgments about each other's program contributions. On the air, right in front of God and everybody, Imus demands Bernard, Lou, Chuck, or whomever assign a grade to, say, Rob's latest song parody or Chuck's most recent essay, usually beginning along such lines of encouragement as, does this f***ing piece of dog suck as much as I think it's f***ing going to? You've heard this, Bernie. Give me a 1 to 10 on it, you bald-headed chicken f***er. Well, now, that makes for the start of a pleasant day among co-workers, wouldn't you say? Put yourself in this picture.
Bernard, about half the time, tells me what he thinks I want to hear.
Well, we know, we've been through this
I wonder
before.
why he would do that.
Well, I don't know.
You use it as a reason to pound Rob and put a rift between Rob and myself.
Exactly. You use it as a cudgel. Why do you
As
put us
opposed
in this
to-
freaking position?
You don't use it constructively.
You bastard. Jeez.
After dragging an assessment out of, say, Bernard, shouldn't that suffice? Oh, no. The seeds of resentment haven't been cast widely enough yet.
Not in your role as Rob's friend, or as...
I can't.
Or as a
How
member
do I divorce myself from being Rob's friend? How can I do that?
Make a professional attempt.
I'm not going to do this. I'm just not going
to make a judgment in your role.
Okay, go ahead. All right,
as the producer of this bit.
All right, what?
Okay. And then now assign a 1 to 10 number to it.
10.
Oh, well, followed, of course, by the oh-so-innocent recitation of the obvious.
So you're charging that I use this to drive a wedge between people who work on the program.
Just bringing it up does that.
And to make Rob feel bad.
You listen to it.
Then, full circle to the guilt trip. Imus becomes victim.
What did you think?
I think it's fine. God, stop this. Jeez.
All right. As the producer, now remove yourself.
I'm not a...
What an evil
No.
Who's
evil? How am I an evil bastard?
Walking out of the...
How am I an evil bastard?
Oh, my. Let me count the ways. There's a new one for the shrinks. Road rage, air rage, and now, thank you, Imus, bit rage. Well, even given that it really is hate radio, while we don't wish you ill, I-Man, nevertheless, may you next time fall off your horse while cleaning your gun.
Well, that's an ugly wish there, isn't it, Charles?
As a matter of fact, I-Man. But,
well,
can I
but
tell
what?
You? Well, you know, come on.
All right, please welcome now to the program, sponsored by a Tri-State Jeep dealer, my brother, Fred Imus. Good morning, Mr. Imus.
Hey, what's going on?
So do you think that
dude?
Shut up, dope. Do you think that's true?
Senior political analyst, the late Richard M. Nixon.
Indeed. Richard Big Dick Nixon. As a matter of fact, Imus, in the morning. I use that moniker in brief tribute to Richard Kinky Big Dick Friedman, who I understand is visiting you there at the ranch, huh? Along with Bob Schieffer, is that right? The always elegant host of the CBS program Face the Nation. There's a pairing. Kinky Big Dick Friedman and Bob Schieffer. Kind of like getting, Colin Powell and Afro Man together in the same room. Anyway, hope everybody enjoys the ranch experience and that nobody gets catapulted off one of your demented equine neck-breaking machines, huh? So, not a great deal of pressing note in the news today, J.D. However, may I just say this, that I shall sleep more soundly tonight, knowing that Al Sharpton has concluded that he can see no real threat to America's national security. I had long been hoping to get Al Sharpton's assessment of foreign risk to our nation's well-being, hadn't you? Who asked you, you nanny-goat-looking oaf? And he's contemplating running for the presidency? Of what? Gary Condit will be the president of the United States before Al Sharpton will. Hell, Gary Coleman will. Oh, speaking of Condit, by the way, did you get this one? The explanations in the mail.
Jeez. Now this fraud's going to send out letters, 200,000 of them, to his constituents, to enlighten everybody. I'll bet money that he gets right down to the part about what happened to Chandra. Then there'll be a line that says, for our next paragraph, send $50 to the Condit 2002 re-election campaign. Save the stamps, fathead, and cough up the bay. Who the hell is his publicist? Lizzie Grubman? Jeez. What else? Oh, of course. This startling episode I heard you talking about the other day, dude. Terrible item about some slick Condit type taking advantage of the elderly at an auto dealership. You remember the story? Dealer in Oregon fined after selling 7 cars in 1 month to a 78-year-old Alzheimer patient. Here's what I want to know. Where was the victim's family in all this, huh? What were they thinking? I mean, after about the 4th car, wouldn't you think somebody would say something? Like, hey, Pop, what are you, starting an airport taxi service? Jesus. An equally unsettling story, for different reasons, about this Greyhound bus driver the other day in Tennessee. Crashes the thing, and it turns out people on board had been yelling at him for the past who knows how many miles because he kept falling asleep at the wheel. Jeez. Hate to disturb you, Fangio, but could you nap on somebody else's time? And then, wham! I'd rather the son of a bitch had been talking to sex lines on a cell phone. At least he would have been up. Oh, well. Finally, dude, this less than appealing problem you've been having with the biblical account of the birth of Jesus Christ. Oh, that's attractive. Saying Joseph was too quick to accept the angel of the Lord's spin on Mary getting pregnant. Do you just like the odor of burning flesh? Because you better get used to it, you heretic. Joseph, visited by an angel of the Lord. IMUS, visited by the angel of napalm. Ouch! A cautionary note sounded in the old Dick scope today, dude. The alarm rung by Dick Nixon, who also pushed the envelope a little toward burn in hell dimensions when he was the president of the United States. With apologies to Afro-Man, I was fine with the biblical account of the virgin birth. But then, well, I got high.
Dick Nixon. Here on the Office Morning Program. It's 8 minutes after the hour. Father Tom Hartman's coming up. We're going to talk with him. We're going to talk, here on the Office Morning Program. It's 17 till the hour. What's your great Yankee story?
I'm going to play this for you and Kinky, all right?
All right.
Hold on a second.
The pitch is hit on the air to deep center. Kapler back, away back at deep center. On the track, at the wall. She's gone. No! Tino, the Bambino, has driven a 2-run home run to dead center field. A 2-run mighty blast. And the Yankees take a 7-5 lead.
I can't even hear the cut. The stupid dog is in the background.
I can't help it. The dog's clamping my arm. And what happened with the cut?
That's it. The Yankees won 9-5 last night.
Well, why was that a great cut?
I was sick of listening to the dog, that's all.
No, but I mean...
How much is that dog?
Well, you can't get these dogs. I got this from Barbara in Kerrville.
You can't buy one of those?
Well, I was going to bring it to Wyatt. It's kind of got attached to IMUS there. And it kind of grips you.
See those clamp onto your groin. Give it a shot.
I guess you can.
I want to... Don, I just...
How do you shut it up, King?
I don't know. I don't know how you start it or how you shut it up.
Throw it off the wall.
Hit it with a
bullet.
I don't know.
There. Well, it's a cute dog. Well, we'll go to Wyatt. He'll like it. So.
I think that... Do you know what this is? Yeah, you know, because you saw it.
Kinky.
This is the sickest thing. This is a ranch lunch kit that Deirdre packed for me last night.
Right. What's in it?
It's a vegetarian lunch kit.
Yeah.
Which is very sweet, but... I mean, you wouldn't walk around at, a ranch carrying something like this, I wouldn't think.
Well, that's not really for that. I mean,
yeah, I understand.
She dug that up and wanted to give you...
She was very happy. I mean, she needs to help people.
Right.
And, by the way, I had some...
Well, what's in the box, Kinky?
Well,
what's inside the box?
A lot of vegetarians. Who's that shouting at me?
That's Sid Rosenberg.
No, that's Sid. Jesus.
Well, he's a fellow Jew.
There you go. New York Jew.
So, a New York Jew.
Like a G. Well,
oh my God!
I have not smoked a cigar now for 20. Well, I
had
a puff with Chicken Jack. Gotta admit that. Just a puff.
Okay.
So this is like being 12 years old. And then I came in the other day and I said, "You've been smoking, haven't you?" I take my butt cutter and cut the butt off, but he can still tell.
Yeah. I mean, what's in the box?
The vegetarian sandwich Graham made, which is really good.
All right. We haven't eaten it.
No, because I really wasn't that hungry. Then we got this little apricot cookie or whatever the hell this is.
Well, they're good.
And this booger.
That's a Luna bar. Let me have that. I like those. Luna.
Living
bar. No, those are good. Yeah. Oh, these are great. Wyatt and I eat these all the time. Chocolate pecan pie Luna bar. Charles, you ever had one of these?
No, I have not, man.
Oh, well, they're unbelievable.
Well, the only thing I'll tell you one thing about being a vegetarian, aside from being, morally superior to other people and all that sort of thing.
And we decided yesterday that it's a bad thing to eat wings. You know, I mean, it's just not good karma to be eating wings and legs of animals and things like that. But the people that are vegetarians are usually women. The only men that I know are extremely high-energy guys.
Yeah.
And that's you and Dwight Yoakam.
Right.
And Gandhi was.
Right.
George Bernard Shaw was. Benjamin Franklin was. And Hitler was. And that's the group.
Fantastic.
Well, why would you have to include Hitler?
Well, I got to be honest about it. Hitler was a vegetarian.
He loved dogs.
Hitler was a vegetarian.
He loved dogs, too.
That's
Yeah.
right.
He was a vegetarian, and he loved dogs. Those were two of his good qualities.
High-energy guy.
That is not good news.
But,
It's a company year.
In the morning.
Best in class available torque. Best in class towing. Best in class available seating for 8.
You know, it reminds me a lot of Susan Lucci. That's what it reminds me of. You know, Susan Lucci, for years and years, deserved the Emmy for All My Children, never got it. Finally, after 13 years, she got the award. I didn't have to wait 13 years. I had to wait about 13 weeks. But finally, I've received what I described earlier in the program as my due deserve.
No, but you haven't, though. I'm telling you, you haven't.
You've received nothing.
You haven't received anything. You're delusional. You're a mental patient.
That all may be true, but I'm still coming in next Thursday.
Well, you're not going to do sports.
Come in and get coffee for Minko.
Well, I can talk to Jeff Greenfield about what he thought of the Gary Condon interview if you'd like.
I'll tell you what you can do. You can come in and get coffee for Dove or Eddie Schizzeri, because we're going to be on vacation, as a matter of fact.
Oh. Well, I mean the Thursday when you get back. I'm ready to go.
Probably shouldn't have told him that, should we, Bernie?
Probably not. Let him come in with the bagels in his hand.
Just kidding. We'll be here.
What a dope. Well, what's going on? Where's Minko?
We're efforting Minko right now.
Okay. Well, here's Sid with sports. Good morning, Sid.
Good morning, I'm Let's start with the Yankees last night. Losers in Texas by a final score of 8-1. Mike Mussina got the start. He took the loss, but it was Mike Stanton who got roughed up in relief. Yankees have now lost 2 in a row. They'll play game 4 of their series with the Texas Rangers later on tonight. Sterling Hitchcock will make the start for the Yankees. Better news for the Mets. They were winners of their 4th straight last night. 2-1 the final score. Desi Relaford, the offensive star, he hit a 2-run home run that accounted for all the Mets scoring. The Mets now have won 4 in a row. It's Glendon Rush on the mound tonight. Other baseball news, Cleveland stayed 5.5 in front of Minnesota after an 11-inning 5-4 win in Oakland. The Indians tied it at 4 in the 8th on Juan Gonzalez's 30th home run of the year. They won it in the 11th on Jim Tome's league-leading 43rd home run of the year. Oakland's lead on the Red Sox for the wild card remained at 3 after Boston's 4-2 loss at Anaheim. Boston also stays 4 back of the New York Yankees. There's basketball news today, too. Tim Hardaway was sent to the Dallas Mavericks in a sign and trade deal from Miami, The Heat gets the Mavericks' $3.2 million salary cap exception and a second-round draft pick within 3 years. Hardaway gets a 3-year contract worth about $10 million. Hardaway becomes the new backup to Steve Nash in Dallas, since the former backup, Howard Eisley, is now a New York Knickerbocker. And football news, San Diego Chargers rookie running back LaDainian Tomlinson ended his long holdout and ran smack into expectations. Tomlinson arrived in training camp nearly a month late yesterday and signed a 6-year contract that could be worth $38 million if he meets the incentives and salary escalator clauses. He practiced for the first time. LaDainian Tomlinson was the 5th pick overall in April's draft. He's got 2.5 weeks to prepare for the season opener against the Washington Redskins on September the 9th. And Andy,
here's what's disturbing.
What's that?
Is not only are you delusional, but you're misrepresenting this conversation with Minko, which you did not have.
What do you mean?
Because we can't get a hold of Minko.
Well, he left after he spoke to me. He left. He had some errands to run. He had some things to do.
Here's John Minko now. Good morning, Mr. Minko.
You got a hold of me. What's going on here?
Well, Sid, did you talk to Sid this morning?
No, I have not.
Okay, here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again.
This is outrageous.
You need help.
It wasn't even that long ago. John, how could you forget? I mean, you're talking about just a couple of moments ago.
You know, I'm not speaking to you. I called you a creep last week, and I stand by that.
Well, here's the thing, Minko. We told Sid that we had replaced you because, frankly, Bernard did have some... Well, Bernard did not have some glowing thing to say about your performance on the program yesterday. He said you were good, but
I said you were very good, John. If that's not glowing, I don't know what is.
But he said you weren't great.
Well, listen, we can't all...
Well, what's the problem?
Well, no, there's no problem. But then we began a discussion about replacing you on Thursday with Sid. Just kidding around, of course.
Yes. Of course, right.
Of course.
Yeah. But Sid then, which, by the way, everybody on the program seemed to have told Sid this morning that Bernard had independently made this decision, seized the reins of power, and in fact had made this change, had dispatched you and had hired Sid, and Sid bought into it.
Idiot.
Like a moron. Like a gullible loser. And then he's still insisting, and then when we told him it wasn't true, that we were just jerking his chain, he said, well, he still believed that it was the case, and he said, in fact, he had called you to express his condolences and to tell you that, good luck and that you'd done, good work in other areas. So, but pitiful. So it turns out that he didn't talk to you, and he's not replacing you. So
No, he's not.
No, not what?
You're not replacing
You're not
Minko.
replacing anybody.
You see, John, you were all gracious just moments ago, but now that you're on the hot spot here with Iron, now you've totally turned the whole thing around. So gracious just a couple of minutes ago.
This is terrible.
And now it's like the thing never happened. Just like last week, it's the same thing all over again. Remember this comment, Minko? Maybe this is the way they ought to go.
No, I never said that.
I know.
You're the biggest weasel. You know what? There have been numerous sportscasters during the course of the history of the IMUS in the Morning program, but you take the cake as being the biggest weasel that's ever
He's a
been
mental
on
patient,
the
John.
board.
He's a mental patient, John. He's the guy is really. It's almost like like an Alzheimer's deal.
Well, why are you saying that, Minko? Why are you saying that about me anyway?
Because it's true.
Bob, what did I do? What have I done?
One, you didn't talk to him, which calls into question now and brings into much sharper focus the fact that we now can pretty much be sure that Minko never said that. Maybe this is the way they ought to go.
Oh, he definitely said that.
The bottom line is you hallucinate. That's the problem.
Why should we believe that when you're lying about just having talked to Minko?
I left a message for Minko. It's what happened exactly.
You are a Wesson Oil-headed looking lion skunk. You're a skunk.
Pretty soon he's going to shake his finger at us and say, "I did not have a conversation with that sportscaster, John Minko."
In the morning.
Best in class available torque. Best in class towing. Best in class available seating for 8.
1.
5.
Pretty good one, huh?
Excellent.
A little rough.
Great, fantastic.
Great.
It's a little
Besides
rough.
one
It's a little
Hasidic-
rough on the congressman, I think, isn't it?
Besides one Hasidic Rebbe in Crown Heights who thinks this banter with Sid is funny. Sid sucks a big, hairy, wet one.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow.
Sid's lies are more entertaining than Minko's truth. Can Minko and send him back to living with his mother and 15 cats. Sounds like Jeff would be singing a whole different tune if he got the interview. What a phony. That's an instant message from Lake 2828 on America Online.
Jeff Greenfield. Jeff? Woo. Wow. That's harsh.
Greenfield talks like a typewriter. Sid sucks and Minko's teeth make me sick. That's not good. This is apparently to me, get a Bernie haircut so you can show off the 3 6s on your head. Did Bernie and Lou pay one of the kids to put a tack under the I-Man saddle again this year?
Yeah, we're still waiting.
Good morning, Bernie. What's the age difference between Imus and his wife? Seems to me he has more money than... Why is he so whooped? Well, don't worry about it. This is a good one. Do you think anybody in Gary Connor's office had the good sense to remove Levy's name from his mass mailing list before the letter went out? God, how great would that be if the parents get a letter? Huh? America Online.
Dear constituent.
That always happens. I mean, for years I got Christmas cards from Bill Clinton and his hideous dump truck butted wife.
Yeah.
After, well, they wouldn't invite me anywhere, of course, or wish me anything other than death. Other than death, yeah. All right, please welcome now to the IMUS Morning program. One of the kids here at the ranch, Devin Kirshner.
Yeah.
Good morning, good morning, Mr. Kirshner. How are you?
I'm very fine. You?
Good. Now, what did you ask me about Sid?
If you fire him, can I take his job?
Yes, you may.
Unbelievable.
What's unbelievable, Sid?
What?
What is unbelievable?
Well, it's just amazing how many guys are lining up for this gig. I mean, everybody wants to do it.
Well,
How do you know this kid Devin's ready to go?
I think I don't know. How do we know?
He has a pulse.
I got a better personality than him.
First of all, he has a better personality than you, he says.
That's
More
what he says,
likable.
Huh?
Much more likable, Sid. So,
How about I fly out to New Mexico and smack you right in the teeth, Devin? Would you like that?
Come on, try it, you bald-headed
Then we'll
stooge.
talk about personality. How old is this kid?
He's, how old are you?
16.
He just said, come out and try it, you bald-headed stooge.
Oh, my God.
Well, Sid will be back later. Thanks, Sid. Get out.
Yeah, thanks. That was fun.
Excuse me. Now, all right, Devin, this is, I know you're nervous. What time did you kids go to bed last night?
I went to bed right after dinner. The other kids, I don't know about that.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. So I was in bed at 8:30.
Oh, you weren't? Okay. They're supposed to go to bed at 9:30, but we have two child life specialists here who are so incompetent that it's frightening, aren't they? Don't you agree?
Yeah, don't tell them that, though.
Yeah, they're just... the nurse Barbara's actually pretty good. The doctor's great, but...
Yes, the nursing staff is excellent over in the infirmary.
Yeah.
She paid me to say that.
Yeah. Sam is a pretty good... Actually, child life specialists are fine. Anyway, let me hear your Arnold Schwarzenegger.
All right, here we go.
Now, here's the thing. See, I know you're nervous. Don't be nervous, because let me tell you, no matter how you do, I'm going to say it was great.
Okay.
Unless it really sucks. And then, you know.
Well, Bob Schaefer's got a good ear, I guess.
And so does Bob Schaefer, Devin.
Schaefer.
Oh, you are right. Just let it go. I did not know that household name.
Shut up. All of you. You leave little Devin alone.
Not talking to Devin.
Shut up.
Well, who are you talking
I'm
to?
talking to you.
Well, yeah, why don't you come out here and do something about it?
I
Don't know. Sit out there.
Oh, God.
All right, let me hear you. Let me hear your Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sid, I am going to kick your butt. You are a little wimpy girl. My muscles are the size of your brain.
That's pretty good, actually. Oh, that is pretty good. Didn't you think, Charles?
That's not bad at all, in fact.
Bernie, what did you think?
A 10, a 12 if it's possible.
It's pretty good.
Excellent. Way to go,
Thanks.
DK.
Let me hear a little more.
Sid, you are a little wimpy girl. I'm going to kick you across New Mexico and drag you from my horse.
I like that very much. All right, who else did you?
Good. It's good.
I do a little Bill Clinton every now and then, especially around the ladies. They like that a lot, you know. I say, hey, baby, you ever been around a former president before? That one always works.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's really good. My gosh.
Rob's
else
home
did you?
pacing right now.
Huh?
Rob's home pacing right back.
Rob right now has got a gun in his mouth going, why did I even talk to this kid? So,
That's very good.
that is good. We're not patronizing you, Devin. That's pretty good.
No, it
Excellent.
is.
Thank you.
Well, you need a little work and some practice. You could be pretty good.
Thank you.
Are you interested in doing something like in radio or television? Or?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're hooked up with the right people. Devin's mom works at the radio station, by the way. And Devin got involved with the TCF and wound up out here at the ranch. So, Here now on the IMUS Morning program, the aforementioned Rob Bartlett. Good morning, Mr. Bartlett.
Real good, Kirshner.
Well,
Real good.
what's wrong?
Think you're talented, don't you? Do some wacky voices while you're in New Mexico. I know where you live, you little punk.
I know where you live.
Good point.
Next to Dairy Queen.
Devin?
Anybody else, Devin?
Can you do IMUS?
Shut up a second, Rob, please.
Can you do the I-Man, Devin?
Yeah, this is IMUS in the morning. IMUS in the afternoon. And IMUS in the night. Yeah, shut up, you stupid kid.
Oh, that's pretty good, Devin. Do you know anybody else?
I do a great Gary Condon impression. Ready?
Oh, keep your pants up.
There it was. That was my Gary Condon impression.
That is very good. What are you supposed to do this morning? Ride horses or work?
Work, I believe.
Yeah, go do that. You're a very good kid, thanks.
Thank you.
I'll see you when I get off.
The food's great, by the way.
Shut up. The food is fine. You'll be, the food is great. We actually had an opening in this last session, and there were 3 kids we asked to come back, and one of them said he loved the ranch. He just couldn't eat the food for another week. But it's good. I mean, they're still working the kinks out and stuff. And anyway, Devin Kirshner here on the IMUS Morning program, and his mentor, Rob Bartlett, who is actually, did you help him learn those voices, Rob, or what?
Well, yeah, I gave him a couple pointers.
You did?
Yeah.
Maybe he should talk to Larry. You know, when Larry's not like
what are
over.
you trying to say?
Or charged 500 Sudafeds.
Devin, while you're there,
Yeah.
you were sitting right across from the I-Man.
Uh-huh.
Reach across
and snatch that air hose from him. Put a kink in it.
Devin Kirshner and Rob Bartlett here in the IMUS Morning program. Thanks, Devin.
Thank you.
It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished him well. You could see that Pierre did truly love the mademoiselle. And now the young monsieur and madame have rung the chapel bell. C'est la vie, say the old folks. It goes to show you never can tell. IMUS in the morning.
Hey, whiz kids, listen up. Well, you know, I like John, you know that, and I think he does a very formidable job at the station, but him working on Thursdays ain't paying my electric bill.
Well, no, I understand that, Sid, but so you're not unhappy that Bernie has made this change?
No, not at all.
By the way, Chief, when you come back, do I have to get out of your office?
This is really outrageous.
This is not good.
Well, it was just a matter of time. I took that bashing that day, humiliated by slap jobs like Boomer Esiason and Dick Cavett.
Yeah.
Slap jobs. And finally, after months of waiting, I get my due deserve. I'd like Wednesdays from Warner, too, but we'll talk about that later.
Well, you better come through today.
First of all, for your information, Sid, you moron, Minko's on vacation today.
Oh. So what does that mean? He's coming back next Thursday?
Yeah. You're just filling, and actually, you're filling in for Minko.
What?
Boy, there is a good point. Minko filling in for Warner, and now Sidney's here filling in for Minko filling in.
I didn't know that. I thought there was a decision made.
There's no decision made, you nitwit.
That was easy.
You're a fill-in's fill-in.
Yeah. I mean, you can't get any lower on the sports totem pole here.
Oh my God!
This is so humiliating. I'm feeling bad for you.
Minko who fills in and you're filling in for John.
Yeah. Huh. How does that look?
A fill-in's fill-in.
God, this is awful, Sid.
My feelings are hurt.
It's pretty embarrassing.
Well, yeah, it ought to be embarrassing.
Glad you finally came to your senses out there.
Oh, man, I mean, you idiot.
Where do you get the grandiose designs on what has happened here?
Well, Cosell said it. Cosell said it this morning right here on your show.
You are such a sap. It is just absurd.
Cosell's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead, and you might as well be.
I was born, the nurses all gathered round, and they gazed in wide wonder at the joy they had found. The head nurse spoke up, said, leave this one alone. She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad, bad. IMUS in the morning.
On the HBO Boxing Beat, I'm Larry Michaels. Circle the date, September 8th, a Saturday night. Boxing After Dark returns to HBO.
Really is a mental patient.
He's been treated.
There's no kidding there.
Yeah, I mean, that's... But, I mean, how you've been able to delude yourself.
Yeah, it's a little...
I think over time, my man, you'll be very happy with the decision you guys made today, and you will come to realize that you've made the right move. And Minko will go on, and he'll be fine. Minko does a great job with updates all day. He's the best at it there is.
No, time out.
Wake up.
We haven't made any decision.
I think you have. I think that you guys are in denial at this point.
No, why would the five of us be in denial and you'd be the... I mean, you're the one who's...
We're all out of step.
I think so.
We have decided to let you stay on Tuesdays.
Yes. Thank you, Bernie.
But that's it.
That is it.
I think you'll go on vacation next week and come back next Monday with the official announcement that I, in fact, have Tuesdays and Thursdays.
That's what we'll do. We'll make it next Monday. You're right.
You're right.
On Labor Day, sure.
Yeah, okay. All right, here's Sid with sports.
IMUS in the morning, 2020 sports rolls on.
Here's the 3-2. He struck him out swinging. Ball game over, and Texas wins.
That's it. John Sterling, WABC. The Yankees losers last night, 8-1 in Texas, the final score. Yankees have now lost 2 in a row, and they'll finish up that 4-game series in Texas tonight with Sterling Hitchcock on the mound. As for the Mets, better news last night, I-Man. They won it. They've now won 4 in a row, and they beat Colorado by a final score of 2-1. Desi Relaford's 2-run home run accounting for all the Mets scoring. Great job out of Kevin Apier last night. Got his 7th win of the year, and Armando Benitez recorded his 31st save in the Met win. Other noticeable happenings in baseball, Sammy Sosa, 3 more home runs for the Cubs. He now has 49, placing him 5 behind Barry Bonds for the Major League lead. The Cubs beat up the Brewers 16-3. They're 2 behind Houston in the NL Central and 1 behind the Giants in the wild card race. And Cleveland won last night, 5-4 in Oakland in 11 innings. Juan Gonzalez hit a 2-run home run in the 8th to tie it at 4 before Jim Thome hit his American League leading 43rd home run of the year to give the Indians the 5-4 win. Right now, Oakland is 3 up on Boston in the wild card. The Yankees are 4 up on Boston for the American League's Eastern Division. Timmy Hardaway is now a Dallas Maverick. He moves over from the Miami Heat. Howard Eisley now the point guard here in New York. So Hardaway will back up Steve Nash in Dallas with the Mavericks. And a couple of rookies signed yesterday, in football. LaDainian Tomlinson, who was picked 5th overall by the San Diego Chargers. His deal is done, a 6-year deal that could be worth as much as $38 million. And also quarterback Matt Hasselbeck signed with the Seattle Seahawks, a 5-year deal that could be worth as much as $24 million. And Eric Brown, by the way, fined for his hit on Green Bay Packer wide receiver Antonio Freeman from last Monday night. Fined $25,000, which is an absolute joke in what has become the wuss league, otherwise known as the National Football League, after he made sure that Antonio Freeman didn't make the catch.
Well,
that's it, Imus. That's it. That's it.
Oh, fine. Thank you, Sid.
All right, I'll see you Thursday, babe.
No, you won't see us Thursday.
I'll be here Thursday at 4:45.
Fine. Get me some coffee.
Grant's going to pick me up at 4.
Brad's not going to do anything. Brad will run over you.
He wouldn't even know he did.
You have lost your mind.
She's a rich girl, she don't try to hide it. Diamonds on the soles of her shoes. He's a poor boy, empty as a pocket with nothing to lose. Sing ta-na-na, ta-na-na-na. She got diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Ta-na-na, ta-na-na-na. She got diamonds on the soles of her shoes. 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 Diamonds on the soles of her shoes.
IMUS in the morning.
Hi, I'm here from Kia Motors to talk about versatility. Look, we all want things that can do just about anything, which is why...
Don't let her memory torture me. Whiskey River, don't run dry. You're all I got, take care of me.
IMUS in the morning. Copyright 2001 Infinity Broadcasting. All rights reserved. IMUS in the morning sucks. And he's a presentation of WFAN and Westwood One Entertainment.
Listen to IMUS in the morning from 5:30 to 10, followed by Sports Talk with Susan Waldman and Jody McDonald from 10 to 1, and Mike and the Mad Dog from 1 to 6:30 on The Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York, an Infinity Broadcasting Station. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning at 10 o'clock. This is Rich Ackerman. That was the case, and even if I had it in writing, somehow that was going to be the case, still, absolutely no way should Yankee Stadium ever be anything but up and with the Yankees playing in it.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
The night before he appeared in this program, they did the Shonda Libre story for the first time.
Yeah.
And Rather said they got the willies, they got the buckwheats. Their knees wobbled, and we gave it up. That's what he told me.
Right.
See, I didn't know what he meant. Neither did Charles. We thought there's another one of those rather-isms, like tamp them up solid with a turd in a punch bowl. I don't know.
In mafia terms, when it's over for you, they say, "Oh man, I'm buckwheats."
It's like when I go to the bathroom, I say, I want to take an IMUS.
When I go, I'm going to wipe my McGirt.
With a little bit of Rufino paper.
If your radio sucks in the morning, you're listening to IMUS in the morning.
Well, lick my McCord.
Wait a minute, I got to flush the Bernie.
Shut up.
Sit on your Bartlett.
Well,
eat my Rufino.
IMUS in the morning on the Fan, Sports Radio 66.
to Mets Baseball Ignite. Then keep it here for IMUS in the morning from 5:30 to 10 a.m. here on The Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York, an Infinity Broadcasting Station. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning at 5 o'clock. This is Erica Herskowitz. The Yankees managed to put an end to their happening. This is Erica Herskowitz with 2020 Sports on WFAN. You're home for Mike and the Mad Dog weekday afternoons from 1 to 6:30.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York.
5:05 on the Fan. Into the home stretch now on the overnight show with Joe Beningo. 718-937-6666 is the phone number carrying you right through till 5:30 when the IMUS in the morning program comes your way. He's just a half hour away from his vacation, the incomparable Sugar Ray Martel on the other side of the glass. Ah, yes, always good to hear from Belinda Carlisle. And as we open
everybody. Temperature is 71 degrees under mostly sunny skies, and that's what's happening. I'm Don LaGreca with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station of the IMUS in the morning program, weekdays 5:30 to 10 a.m.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York.
On the Fan, the sports talk continues on a Saturday morning in New York. Beautiful day. Hope you can get out there and enjoy it. Spend some time with us as well here at Sports Radio 66, WFAN. Ian Eagle with you till 1 o'clock today, and then a special Saturday afternoon baseball broadcast for you here on the Fan when Philadelphia takes on Arizona. Meaningful game in the National League. And we'll carry you right through for the next 3 hours or so at 718-937-6666.
Should be able to get at the Academy next year.
They don't even realize it. It's like sticking a knife in them.
Exactly.
They sit there and they
A rare talent.
I notice they get this glazed look in their eyes, and I know they realize when they've left that something has happened, and they look down and the blood is pouring out of them.
Well, the real reason I'm calling here from the border is because I have to call the report a crime.
You have to what?
Call the report a crime.
And the crime is?
Well, I was watching that Keith, whatever his name is, show last night, and
Keith Olbermann.
Keith Olbermann
The big show.
The night before last, when Mr. Barnacle was on with my friend David Brock and Naomi Wolf, another friend of mine. And you know something? I think someone came in and kidnapped the real funny, insightful, witty Mike Barnacle and replaced him with some kind of sanctimonious, grumpy old codger. I mean, has someone been tampering with his dosage of Prozac? What's going on?
He was cranky, wasn't he?
I mean, I have never. This is a grown-up, mature journalist sitting there, pistol whipping this 20-year-old kid from Stanford, whose great crime at the great university in California was to actually write a column. And he's, surprise, surprise, a journalist. And Mike Barnacle, after spending half the show wagging his finger at Naomi Wolf because he thinks that journalists shouldn't moralize and journalists shouldn't get up on a soapbox and tell people what to think, he's telling this kid who looked like a deer in the headlights, my God, the kid will probably never go on television again.
Oh, what did you mean by that, Mr. Barnacle?
I mean, he's 20 years old, and Barnacle says, you know what your column should have been about? I mean, Mike Barnacle should go work for the White House press office for those tactics.
I don't know if I can allow this abject assault on Barnacle. I think
Barnacle should start picking on someone his own size. I mean, he should be morally outraged that Stanford University is trying to control the content of what its columnists write. He should be up screaming First Amendment protections for this kid and say, look, he might not be the greatest writer. Maybe he's no, William Sapphire. Maybe he's no Mike Barnacle. But all he did was write a column. And Mike Barnacle is just, I mean, maybe there was some kind of remember the movie Face Off?
No, I don't.
Well, it was a John Travolta movie with Nicolas Cage where they switched two guys switched faces. I'm thinking maybe that's really Jim Carville in there. It's not Mike Barnacle.
You know what concerns me?
What?
Is that this is something that happened a couple of days ago. And had we not made an issue of it on the radio here in the country, no one would even know about it. True. But you still are now exercised about it.
I'm completely exercised about it. And I mean, the fact is that this editor of this newspaper, I don't know if you've seen her picture, but she made this big point that no story with Chelsea's name should run in her paper. Well, you know what she posed for when Chelsea's parents came into town, into campus?
No.
She posed, and this is on the internet, Matt Drudge has this on the Drudge Report, she posed with a picture of her newspaper gleefully looking at her coverage of the one story that they ran of the Clintons coming to town. Now, and let me just say, she's a bit of a granola chomper. I mean, this woman clearly likes the Clintons. I mean, I think she's trying to get a job after college, which is fine, but...
You have made your point.
Oh, my God.
God,
Barnacle,
I'm
though.
begging you to just please shut up.
This morning here. Can you imagine what I'm going to be like at 10?
No, I can't.
By the way, Promise Keepers?
Yes?
You know, I wrote that piece in the New York Times about that group a couple of months ago, and I still don't think Fred understands what's going on with that rally.
My brother?
Yeah, I don't think your brother gets it. The theme of it is stand in the gap. And I heard the other day that he was saying to one of his buddies down there in Santa Fe, you know, why does a clothing store, need to have such an elaborate rally?
Well,
I don't think
no.
I think someone's unscrewed the bolts in his walker again.
I think we need to work on better material, too. So I could see you. You know something? You're one of the few women I know who could benefit by attending this Promise. And maybe then we wouldn't be sticking fire extinguishers in an old boyfriend's apartment, destroying their antique furniture.
No. You have it all wrong. They just need to treat me better.
And boiling their pets and stuff.
No, it was only the goldfish.
I'm auctioning off my golf cowboy boots. And here's Chris from Atlanta. Good morning, Chris.
How are you, sir?
Hey, guess what?
What?
Me, Chuck, Bernie, Fat Rob, and Larry, and Little Screwy Mark are all coming to Atlanta on an iJet October 31st. Be at Governor Zell Miller's there at the mansion.
We're looking forward to it. We were talking about that in the office. There's about 17 of us that decided we're going to just stay up all night, hang out, and then come see you in the morning.
Broadcasting live, good God Almighty.
It doesn't get any better than that, I don't think.
So you want to bid $2,500 on the boots?
Yeah, and I want to win the boots, but I also wish somebody would outbid me. But do I get to come back again if somebody does?
Yeah, sure.
All right, well, cool.
The bidding is open for another 30 minutes. 1-800-370-IMUS. You want to bid on my golf cowboy boots? All of the money, all of it going to Tomorrow's Children's Fund and the CJ Foundation for Sid. So
you're just a fantastic individual.
Here now from Boston, Massachusetts, a man we were just talking about, one of the premier columnists in the country who, for some inexplicable reason, bitch slapped this poor little helpless fat doofus kid from Stanford University the other night on a big show. Mike Barnacle. Good morning, Mr. Barnacle.
Hey, I'll give you $100,000 for the boots with one stipulation.
What would that be?
You'll be buried in them.
Jesus.
I bid $200,000.
Do I hear three?
Mr. Barnacle.
Listen.
Yeah.
Tell Laura Ingram to pick on someone her own size, okay? And in her case, that'd be Rosie O'Donnell.
Well, now
wait. Go back to Dartmouth and have another clock bar in the back of a snowblower.
I don't think...
Well, that's an ad hominem attack.
I am not homophobic. What'd you say?
It is curious, though. And you and I did speak later. Comments which will remain off the record, Mr. Barnacle, about your appearance on the big show with Keith Olbermann.
Thank you very much, Mr. Reitman.
Yeah. But it is curious why you decided to pummel this poor fat kid from Stanford.
Well, I didn't pummel him.
No, please.
It's what they call tough love.
I was talking to Lupica yesterday. Lupica said his favorite part was hearing the kid go, "Oh, well, what did you mean by that, Mr. Barnacle? I should change my major?"
It sounded like Louie. The kid sounded like Lou.
Hey, Mike. Mr. Barnacle, you mean, you don't like to call him?
What do you mean, Mr. Barnacle? Did you read it? Did you read it? Did you read it?
IMUS in the morning.
Hello, welcome
Welcome back to cable.
South Bronx, right between the elevated train and in the backdrop, we have the Bronx Supreme Court, and we are speaking to the natives of the area to see how they feel about everybody wanting to move Yankee Stadium out of the place. Yo, Jamie, what's up, man? What do you think about the moving Yankee Stadium out of the Bronx?
Well, I feel personally, born and raised in the Bronx, it would be an insult for them to leave the Bronx because it wouldn't be a tradition no more.
Have you ever mugged anybody?
Nah, I've been still.
All right, I hear you. Now, listen, what do you think about Jerry Seinfeld burning the Puerto Rican flag?
Oh, that's an insult. That's messed up.
You want to stab him, don't you?
Well, I snuff him up a couple of times if I see him.
I hear you humming, yo. Take the consolation prize. Code 45 a bud, yo.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to IMUS in the morning.
Bronx Borough President Fernando Ferrar here.
I was going to meet Bernie Williams.
Do you ever sometimes feel like you're the mayor of Mogadishu?
No, I don't need any beer in the morning, thanks.
But now, how do you feel about Steinbrenner and everybody wanting to take the stadium out of the Bronx?
Well, look, they talk about crime. I mean, 94% of the crime here is ticket scalping. The only crime you see here is the price of the tickets.
Are you drunk?
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
This is WFAN New York and Infinity Broadcasting.
Convicted Sheikh Omar Abdel Rahman and 9 of his followers of conspiring to blow up the United Nations, among other things, and other New York City area landmarks. So today, stepped-up security is in effect at all of the country's airports. Tightest since the Persian Gulf War, terrorism expert Stephen Emerson says, following yesterday's verdict, and I quote him, the likelihood of a retaliatory strike against a U.S. target is pretty high.
So what happens to him now, the Sheikh?
Well, they're going to appeal.
Oh, okay. Is he in jail now?
Yeah.
Of course, what does he care?
What do you mean, what's he care?
Well, I mean, he can't see anything, so it doesn't make...
Well, I don't think he wants to be in... Well, I guess
you could tell him he was in his suite here at the Westin.
It's no real punishment.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're in a suite at the Westin, and they're bringing up your Caesar salad. Shut up. You're not going to blow up anything more.
No, you're not.
But you're going to get a salad. So.
They should pipe in Fiddler on the Roof in himself for the rest of his life.
And please put on some Varnays and stop making us sick with them googly eyes.
That's fine.
Jesus, what is that about?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it's funny being blind, but if you are blind, wear sunglasses, okay? Come on.
Well, particularly if you're in that condition.
Particularly, we don't want to need these, his eyes rolled up in the back of his head like one of Steve Wynn's slot machines.
That's enough.
I mean, we don't need that. It's just... Yeah.
The Sheikh and another convicted defendant could face life. Abdel Rahman's attorney, Lynn Stewart, sobbed openly in court as the verdict was read. The blind Sheikh, in fact, had to console her.
Yeah, what's he... That's my point. What's he care?
He had to reach out
He
and
does
find
not
her,
care.
of course.
He didn't even know where he was.
No. He was looking for her.
You could have told him he was at the Rockies game, played some sound effects, and he would have had no idea. It's 10 minutes after 6 in Denver, and this place is full of people.
I don't understand that.
Do you people work in this area and you just thought you'd come in early and drop by? I know this. I have a woman here from the nut and bolt factory. Took the day off from work, right? Do you make the nuts and bolts or you'd work in the office or something? Pardon me? You work in the office. Have you struck up any kind of deal with the guy next to you? Yeah. I know he's younger than you are, but as I pointed out to you earlier, my wife is like 12, I told Charles I married my high school sweetheart. She was in high school when I married her. When I first went to New York, my wife was going to grammar school. And I swear to God, skipping to school with a little lunch pail, listening to me, and a little transfer. Well, I guess she wasn't listening. Who she was listening to.
Unbelievable.
But, I mean, how's that my fault? So it's not out of the question for you and this gentleman here, is it? No.
Do you have a lot of money, too?
Andy Rooney, this week, is suffering some travel trauma. Andy?
I don't know about you, but I'm beginning to have some serious second thoughts about the IMUS in the Morning National Syndication Project. When the mission to syndicate began a couple of years ago, I didn't know that we were all going to be required to become roadies on the IMUS in the Morning Auto Body Express Roll and Gurney Tour and would have to take a victory lap every time some desperate radio station signed on as a part of a Chapter 11 agreement with its creditors. But that's what's happened.
Well,
IMUS thinks all this travel is fun.
Yeah.
But then he watches the evening news on CBS and ABC simultaneously and tapes Brokaw on NBC for viewing right after McNeil Lehrer in order to clear the board for Nightline. Of course he thinks trips are fun. He'd think driving thumbtacks into his armpits would be fun. Speaking of tacks, look for a minute at this national IMUS market map I've spread out on my desk here.
Oh, okay.
See all these little red pins?
Yeah.
These are locations where the IMUS program now appears. See these green ones?
Right.
Those are where the program has broadcast in person so far. That's Boston. And there's Providence, Rhode Island. There's Washington, D.C., Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Las Vegas. And now we add Denver. Anyway, to review, Boston was okay. It's got Mike Barnacle. Catch him sober, and he's halfway entertaining. Providence has that Hood, who's the mayor. He's good for a laugh. Washington, D.C. has the Arkansas half-wits. Albuquerque wasn't horrible because we went to Santa Fe and got free stuff from Fred Imus. And Las Vegas has Steve Wynn, who's rich with a huge hotel. And now, Denver, Colorado, which boasts, well, heck, for one thing, a baseball stadium named after a watery beer your sister wouldn't drink. A professional football player for the Denver Broncos who volunteers at a local beaver pond in the off-season. An airport conveniently located in neighboring Kansas. A mayor who nobody ever heard of. And a congressional delegation whose senior member is Pat Schroeder. You know Miss Schroeder. She's the one with the hairdo that drapes over her right eye and who breaks into racking sobs at the slightest hint of adversity. The same one whose voice sets your teeth on edge and who basically makes you think, why couldn't she have lived on Bundy?
Andy.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't speak ill of any current congressional delegation member, which once had as a former member Gary Hart. Remember him? The guy with the Jimmy Dean ears? He was an adherent of a familiar Democratic Party theme. Run for president and nail a plank in your platform that requires nailing a bimbo on the fantail of a 29-foot sea ray, or whatever the heck it was. And of course, Denver also now boasts IMUS. So let's sum up. We've now visited 6 IMUS markets. There's some 65 to go. Our only hope lies in the fact that maybe this is a farewell tour. Move over, Bernie. Let me pee in his coffee.
Now I'm just a bartender, and I don't like my work, but I don't mind money at all. I see lots of sad faces and lots of bad cases of folks with their backs to the wall. And I need 4 walls around me to hold my life and keep me from going astray. And I need a honky-tonk angel to hold me tight, to keep me from slipping away.
IMUS in the morning.
From Geico Auto Insurance.
When calling Geico to switch your car insurance, you